We're coming up to Curtis Pond on the trail that comes from the north, which would be campsite 14 on the Cranberry Lake 50, or the Curtis Pond trailhead on Cranberry Lake. The trail to Curtis Pond leads to the left. The trail crosses the outlet below the beaver dam. The main flow of the stream actually comes out from underneath the trail, behind that boulder. There's that beaver dam. It's raised the pond a few feet. It's quite an impressive sight. And it's kind of intimidating when you think about how much energy is stored in that pond and being held back by that dam. A lot of blueberry bushes and maple saplings. If it was a dewy or wet day, you'd get your pants wet. Here we are, Curtis Pond campsite, and there's a sign pointing the way to the privy. It's an open campsite, not very big, room for one tent. The tent pad looks to be a little muddy. I don't see a place to hang a hammock. The view from the campsite's basically to the north, looking straight off the point. You're out on a point, so you have a beautiful panoramic view of Curtis Pond. Great view. That big bedrock cliff over there. Kind of a minimalist fire pit. Not very built up. Your tent pad's very close to the fire pit. The prevailing winds were coming from the north. I'd think twice about having a fire. Not a well-drained campsite. Other than the one spot where you see for the tent pad, which is a little bit muddy and depressed, the ground's fairly rooty and hummocky. You can see there was some blowdown here. A couple trees did come down. There's quite a drop off to the water here. If you look down, you can see there's a big shoulder of bedrock that we're up on top of. It's quiet here. This is the only campsite on the pond. Another 2.1 miles to Dog Pond. About 3 miles back to campsite 14. Coming down the slope from the north, people should be able to see if the campsite is occupied, so they won't have to walk up into the campsite to check it out. And the trail is a good distance away from the campsite. Shouldn't be too buggy, because you're high up on a point and the wind should blow over it. You'll have a wonderful view of the night sky. Really nice open view there. If one needed to go to the privy, you'd follow the trail that leads off the south side of the campsite. A lot of low brush, some poison ivy. So if it was dewy or wet from rain, you get your pant legs wet. You come to the main trail, bear to the left, or the east-ish. There are a fair number of deciduous trees around with nice stout horizontal branches. You definitely want to use a bear hang or a bear canister here. This is bear country. And then the trail to the privy is off the main trail heading to the south. Here we have a box privy. It's fairly new. Could use a new log to rest your feet. It does have a nice plastic seat on it. Lots of capacity down there. You're screened a little bit from the main trail, but you don't have total privacy. There's some undergrowth in here, and the trail curves so people don't look straight up at the privy, but it's not totally thrown in. Heading back to the campsite from the privy. Turn left, go down the main trail. There's the fork. Main trail continues to the left. Campsite is to the right, and there is a campsite marker pointing the way. Oof. Fair amount of poison ivy around the campsite. Right along the trail. Patches of it. Really pretty wildflowers mixed in with it. Blueberries are starting to set fruit. Lots of blueberries.